Hello. Working on the setup again. But does it have to be this wide? I guess I can. Here we go. Making sure it's running. Oh, whoa! YouTube's glitching out. Copy the link. And then I can just boop. There we go. So, back to adding VFX again. Yeah. So where am I right now? Oh, okay. So I've added outlines to a lot of the stuff. I'm gonna slow down the player real quick. Where is that? Player. So the player doesn't need to be that fast. 140 maybe? Maybe 130. There's probably gonna be like abilities to make it go faster. There we go. Boop. So I need to add some particles for walking. Although actually no, I need to give the player legs. That was important. Yeah, player needs legs. Wait, am I not gonna be able to fit between? I'm not gonna be able to fit in these things, am I? Uh-oh. Because the bow already goes up to the wall. Huh. I mean, I guess that could be a mechanic. So like, some sections where you can't walk through. It's like bad design turned into a game mechanic. Some sections you can't walk through, but you can shoot through. Seems weird though. I don't know. Anyways, legs. A. So data images. So I do have. The idea was I could just put these legs on it, and player. So I don't. Well, first of all, see how this looks. Legs. Oh, I can't. Hold on. Gotta set my secondary color. So add some legs, maybe about that tall. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see how that looks. I mean, it could be worse. But yeah, I'm gonna need some walking animation now. Hold on. Very sloppy, but it'll do for the time being. Wait, I forgot how this image. Okay. Name image 0. Open it. Oh, and it's gonna be like player idle, player move, And then this is the one where I gotta raise the legs and whatnot. So, boop. And then, just wait, no, I just flipped this part. Oops, that's my website. No, wait, move. Image 1. Okay, player. So do I just have to set the action? I'm gonna have to reference the slime stuff here, I think. AI. Wait, does the AI set the animation? Or is it assumed to be idle? Wait. Maybe it's... I don't remember how I did this. Oh, it'll set it to idle if it's an option. Wait, how do I do that? So I just switch between move and idle. We just set an action, reset the timer. Oh, that's dangerous. Force equals false. If force, and then if self.game. No, self.active animation dot. Wait. It's an animation thing, so does it have a name? It doesn't know its name. Okay. So animation data, does it know its name? Wait, these things actually don't know what they're called. There's no way to check what animation is running. Hold on. So new. So it generates an animation from the data set. Wait. Self animations. Okay. So these things need to know their ID. I'm surprised it doesn't. Self.id equals path.split. Take the last value. Dot split. Dot. Take the first value. It should be that. Wait, no, there's no dot. Because it's a folder. So it's gonna be under self.data.id. .data.id is or it does not equal, and it would be this, I think. Animation data, yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, I think that's right. So if it's not that, I need to do that. Okay, I need to double check and make sure the names are coming out right, so just print self.id. Bow player idle. Yeah, it was just working properly. None type has no attribute data. Oopsies. Wait. How does it... Did I do something I wasn't supposed to? I'm confused. So... What? What entity is this that's getting... Oh, it's on... It tries to set it to idle. Wait, it does the same thing for the slime and it works fine. Line 29. And then it... Oh, right, it doesn't... Duh. So... It's gonna be... If this is none. Not that, or... This. No, but... What? Oh wait, oops. I think that'll do it. There we go. Not crashing. And read comments real quick. Any better thumbnails? Well, yeah, I don't bother too much with the streams. I'll replace it once this game's got enough VFX to make a decent thumbnail. What do I think about her son? I haven't used it yet. My first game? I'm not... Like, the first game I ever made, or are you talking about something else? Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm talking about there. What's the hardest game I've ever made? Arguably Drawn Down Abyss. Can Pygame be played on the phone? Yes. Okay, back to what I was doing. So I've got to get the legs moving. So that's just gonna be... the player should probably have an outline. So for that, literally just gotta go over here. Outline equals 0, 0. Keep forgetting it doesn't have tuples. 0, 0, 0, 255. And then do the same thing for the other one. So, I'm gonna set it when it's on idle by default, and it needs to be. Where's this part does that? Okay. So it needs to be based on motion. So, if motion 0 or motion 1, move. Else. Idle. That animation is so slow. Wait, oh. Oh, is it not set to loop? It is set to loop. What? Why is it? Hold on. What? So it's got force equals false. So it shouldn't be triggering. Print action ID so idle. It says it to move once. Oh no, it's getting set twice. It's just getting stuck going back and forth like that. Is it? Wait. No, it's only once. How is it just going... Well, yeah, that's what it should be. So why is it getting stuck? Hold on. So this is gonna depend on where's the rendering part? It's in here somewhere. Oh, it's just here. Oh. Wait. Print self.weapon. Wait, no, not weapon. Print self.active animation dot. What is it? My dot frame. Where am I? Oh, I'm not playing the animation right. Wait, does it need to be played? Is it automatically played? It might be automatically played, but yeah, I need to call a super update. I'm not even sure why it's taking a step in the first place, actually, if it's not playing the animation. Super dot update DT. There we go. I don't know if the legs need to be that far apart. Hold on. Oop. And then go to the other one. Come on. I'm bad. Wait, no. Need to modify the idle one as well. Is the bow's like not quite in the middle? It's not a huge deal though. So I do need to modify the hitbox. So how tall is this thing? We're looking at 9 by 14. So originally I had 8. So this needs to be 28. Huh. Maybe the outline's not a good idea? Who knows, wait. I should put a little bit more padding on the bottom. Just go to 29. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I've got the player animation, and I can't walk through that gap anymore. I jumped. I need to fix that bug too, but I want particle trails for my walking. It's probably gonna come up and bounce. And actually, for this, alright, never mind. I'm gonna read chat again. I've never used Pygame on Mac, so I can't help you with issues there. Actually, I had issues with Pinesaur in Mac, so I didn't. I just haven't touched it since. This isn't exactly lo-fi. I mean, yeah, it's not lo-fi, but it's kind of similar. I don't know. Take a shower, it's not sleepy. I shower in the mornings. Or, yeah. I actually don't drink coffee. I had coffee once in my life when I was like 10 or something, maybe 12. I haven't ever had it since. I don't drink soda or tea either. Like literally just drink water, so I don't ever get caffeine. Well, I'll have soda like maybe twice a year or something. But I didn't have any soda last year. Pygame is not even an engine to begin with. It's a graphics library. Is it okay to maintain more than 10 Python files for your game? I mean, that's how people make most things. They have tons of files. I mean, you can do it however you want, whatever gets the job done quickest. That's normally what I do. Although, yeah. If you're working with people, you do want to organize stuff into different files normally. Okay, so yeah, particles are next. I'm not sure how I want to do particle. I might use a very similar particle system to what I had before. Let's see. Also, maybe you should this visual effect. I'm trying to decide if it should have like some transparency or not. I don't think it should. Oh, I need to add the health bars soon. Once I've got the health bar, I've kind of got some gameplay. I need to add the cards. So I need health bar, cards. I need to get more visual effects. The visual effects I feel are most important because just for marketing reasons, it's good to get that out of the way first, funny enough. So that you can get ahead on marketing. Because if you don't have any visual effects, no one's gonna look. I mean, that's the whole situation with this game. Also, the visual effects are gonna be fairly minor when you first start, but it's gonna get more hectic later on. Oh, you know what I just noticed? I don't think I ever subtracted from the inventory for firing one of these special arrows. Yeah, I didn't. Oops. Hold on, I need to fix that. That's down here. If it has it, where's the part where it spawns the arrow? Oh, if that current arrow is special, then subtract 1 from the inventory. So I'm just gonna find some chests real quick. I need to like keep the slime stationary when you first enter the room or something. It's kind of an issue. So I got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, and okay, that's I do need to fix that. I can't. Yeah. Oops. So it starts a new arrow. Wait, so if self.inven, or it will be if not self.inventory arrow special. Rewind the animation. Is there anything else I need to do? Oh, and pause. Does that stop it? I don't know if that stops it. Hold on. One, 2, 3, 4. And no, that didn't stop it. Hold on. How do I stop this? So it's getting immediately unpaused. I could set the arrow to primary. That'll fix it. So you can actually mash right and left. And it stopped shooting. But oh, I forgot I can't fit through that gap. But yeah, I can mash right and left and it'll immediately start shooting the normal arrows once I'm out, I think. Yeah, it starts shooting the normal arrows. Okay, trying to think of what the enemies should drop. I think they should drop something useful, I don't know. Oh, maybe I should like have a shop where you can buy new cards instead of just finding them for your deck. Because, yeah, I feel like there should be some reward for killing things so you don't just run past them. Well, you're gonna have to run, kill them. Because what's gonna be is you're not gonna be able to exit the room until you kill everything. But I still want there to be some reward for killing things. I don't want it to be just purely an annoyance. And also it doesn't really make sense for them to drop arrows or something like that. That would be useful if they dropped arrows, but like, eh. Okay. So yeah, particles are next. I'm gonna read chat again. Our rooms pre-made or auto-generated or something in between? It's a mix. They're pre-made and the connections are auto-generated. It cuts connections through the room. So if there's like a wall on one side, it'll cut a hallway straight through that wall to make sure it all connects. Yeah. But yeah, I pre-made the rooms. And it's assembled randomly though. Like the way the rooms are connected and just the layout of the entire map. I'm not using JIT. I don't think there is any JIT runtime for Python. I mean, PyPy is just straight up compiled, I think. I don't, yeah. How many years before I got good at programming? I mean, it's a scale, like, there's no definitive good at programming point. I mean, like, I'm constantly improving. How do I manage my time? I don't really. My time management's not the best. I mean, like, I get stuff done, but I also waste a lot of time. What was my first ever project? With Pygame, it was, I think, just a thing where there was just a bunch of dots on the screen and you're the player is like a square or something, and when you would touch a dot, you'd get bigger or something like that. Wait, now that I think about that, was that Agar.io before Agar.io was made? Hold on. Wait, I gotta look this up. When was Agar.io made? Oh my. So yeah, my first game was Agar.io, except it wasn't multiplayer. Well, kind of, like, you're something eating other stuff and getting bigger. But yeah, I made that in 2013. And then after that, I made a knockoff of Super Smash Bros. And then, yeah, a bunch of other stuff. Hello. Okay, so particles. I don't know if that should be under this. It is a visual effect, but I'm gonna make particles their own thing. The visual effect file's already gonna be pretty big. It's funny, once I get these base systems done, I think there'll just be like a couple files that I'm working on, like the enemies file, the VFX file, and then I'll probably like maybe the arrow file, and like I'll probably have like a cards file or something, but yeah, most of these files I'm not going to touch after I finish the base groundwork for this game, which I would say maybe a third there on the groundwork, which isn't too bad. But yeah, I've got shooting mechanics, I've got inventory, I've got enemies that have health. The player doesn't have health yet, I need to work on that. Although, yeah. Particles. Particle manager. Okay. Self.particles equals that. And there's not going to be a whole lot I got to do here, I don't think. So I do need to create the particle class as well. So class particle definite self. I do need to grab some particle images real quick though. So particles, I'm gonna pull these particles from another project. I think I can pull it from where is it? This one. Prototype data, images, particles. This one's my base particle that it's just a circle. The reason I don't use Pygame circles for particles is that they don't scale well with size. They get to funny size and they don't look right. So can go back here, images, particles, and there's P. So I need to add my particle loader. Oh, and that's something that should happen here. Let's see. Self.particle resources equals wait. Gotta make a function for loading this. Def load. Wait. It should be in here. Def load resources self. I need OS and Pygame. Import OS, import Pygame for particle in os.lister data images particles. So it's just gonna get every particle folder. Wait, I'm gonna do this. Particle folder. Particle folder. So, self.particle resources equals that. Self.particle resources particle equals a list, and then for image path in os.lister can add it. Wait, no. I can take this, add on another slash in the image path dot convert. I think the color key needs to be black. Image dot set color key 000. There we go. So we've got the color key, added it. I think that should be it for the particle resources. So self.load particle, load resources. And load resources. I want to print them, so let's print self.particle resources. I gotta make sure it's working properly. I gotta go over here. Self.particles equals particle manager self. From scripts.particles import particle manager. Did I miss an S? Nice. So what did I get? So it's got all the assets, nice. It's gonna need the color swappers, I have that. Swap color, nice. So I do need to import core functions, so from .core funcs import star. Ow. I'm wondering, should I cache the particle colors, like, or modify them every time I create a new one? Technically, I shouldn't have a ton of colors. Wait. It's not a huge deal to modify them when I create new one. The images aren't big. So whenever I create a new particle, I'm gonna have to pass the resources. Particle data. So self.particle type. I just say self.type. Particle data type. Self.images equals particle data images. It's actually going to be just swap color, swap the original, or where's core functions? Swap color. Image dot set color key. Yeah, it's gonna mess with the old one, so I gotta copy. So swap color of white to what would it be? Oh, the color. So particle data color for image in that. Need the image right here. It's not image.copy. There. So the particle loads its images that way. So I'm going to have like presets, I think. Wait. Should I? I have a very scuffed particle system for my devlog project. It's using decorators and stuff, it's weird. Reading chat again. I'm streaming more regularly. I feel like this is just like a sporadic thing. Like next week, I doubt I'm gonna be streaming a whole lot. I got a bunch of stuff to take care of with for school because that's when the semester starts. And then also like gotta work tomorrow, gotta work Friday. So this might be the last one for a bit. I don't know, might stream on the weekend or something. Or who knows, maybe I'll stream tomorrow again, like after I'm done working. Why is it hard to make a map using Pygame? It's not. I'm not sure what your issue is there. I mean, I host game jams. Well, I have in the past. It's just I don't host it under my name. That's not how it's branded. Look up the Alaka Jam. I actually advertise it every time it comes around. I'm a member of the non-profit. And I'm also a moderator and graphic designer for it. But I think the non-profit's going to kind of go into a dormant state, so it's not like an active non-profit for a while, but it's still going to be run similarly. I think they're saving money or something. Replace 10 with the class, what are you talking about? I have a video on maps and stuff. Like, if you watch my main series, I cover how to do that. Anyways. Back to this. So self.frame equals particle data frame. Should it start on like the frame or It's gonna start on an amount and count down, but I'm wondering if maybe it should be a proportion of how long it's supposed to last. Wait. So like one thing's going to be the decay rate. I think I should just do a flat number and just know how many frames there are. Self.decay rate equals particle data decay rate. And then it's going to need a position. Self.position equals particle data position. Self dot motion equals particle data motion. So I think what I'm going to do is actually, like, the type is probably going to be like two things. It'll be a list. It'll be first the image set it's using. Wait, oops. The image set it's using. Actually, this doesn't need to be past the images. I can pull it from here, right? Wait, no, I can't. But it's going to have the image set it's using, essentially, and then the behavior set. So this is going to be two values, probably. So I actually probably split it like that. So instead of putting it as array, that's not very clear. So I'm gonna have clear. Well, so I'm gonna have type and then behavior type. Sometimes I accidentally spell behavior with a U because I'm around too many people from the UK. Okay, so behavior type, motion. So I think I can write the update def update self dt self dot frame minus equals dt times self dot decay rate if wait, return self dot frame is is more than or equal to 0. Wait, no, more than 0. So this is whether or not it's still running. So action needs to be equals max of 0 and self.frame minus that, so it's got to cap, or yeah, it has to be always above 0 or at 0. Now the rendering is going to be tricky because oh, I could truncate it. So when it's at like 0.9, that'll come out as frame 0. It's actually going to come from the back, so I'm going to have to add one. Or alternatively, I can just do a good old switcheroo there. I think. Wait. Yeah, I think it starts high and then goes small. So I gotta switch it around so that. Wait, is that right? Yeah, gotta switch it around. So it starts. Yeah, okay. So I need to apply the motion as well. Wait, no, I don't. Yes, I do. So, movement equals self.motion.copy, and then self.position 0 plus equals movement 0. Do 1. There's a reason I separated it from the attribute here. I want to. Wait, self.active movement. And then I want to be able to call and update a function, well, a AI function, depending on what type it is. So it's going to be like behavior functions equals that, and I can do bounce will be one, I guess. It'll have its own thing, so bounce, I'll do b bounce, so the b prefixes for behaviors, self.b bounce. And then I can do behavior functions self.behavior type, and then run that function. And that will probably do some stuff to the motion, maybe the position as well. Yeah. Wait. It needs to have like 2 sections, so like pre-move and then post-move. So def b bounce self mode. If mode is pre-move, it does different things depending on which section it's in. So in this one I'm probably gonna normalize the motion. Yeah. Do I have core functions? Yeah. So I can normalize self.motion 0 equals normalize of self.motion 0 by, oh, it needs dt as well. dt. dt. So dt times, wait, what amount does this need to be? 10? I don't know. I just know something. Did I forget to multiply by dt on the Speed reduction. Oh no, I didn't. Isn't the decay rate like really low though? It's like fractions. Okay. So got to normalize the motion. Oh, I don't want it to. I think it's fine, actually. And then I want gravity. So motion 0, no 1 plus equals. How strong should the gravity be? dt by 200. It needs to be max though, so equals min self.motion 1. Oh no, it's plus that. And then don't want it going past 4. No, wait. I forgot. This is important. Don't want it going past 400 or something. I don't know. Wait, no, that's not where it goes. That goes here. I also want it to be able to bounce. Or actually, it doesn't need to. Time being, probably should. So it needs to have init. So if mode is init, need this init 0 and self dot ground position equals self dot position. Wait. Should it be custom? Whatever, I'll do it the lazy way. Self dot position 1. And actually, what it should be is like height. Self dot height. Oh, and I guess I could add a height attribute as well. Just it doesn't need to be anything. Actually, I'm just gonna add that to the position, and then I can be an aspect of the movement too. So it's just 3 dimensions. Easy. So that means I'm modifying this height instead of vertical position. That would make more sense. And if self.motion 2, wait. No, if self.height, no, I know it's self.position 2, it's more than 0, self.position 2, multiply by -1. Actually, it's a bit more clear if I just do it like this, where I invert it with the sign here. So invert it. When no, it's if it goes less then, because I got the height flipped or something. That's what I've been doing, and I gotta stick with it now. Self.motion 2 equals negative self.motion 2 by 0.7 or 6. It depends on how bouncy I want it to be. Yeah. So now, does it need to do anything post move? don't think it does, right? Not for this one, at least. Actually, no, maybe this should be post move. That does need to be post move, so if mode is post move, those need to be separated. So that should make it bounce in theory, hopefully. I don't know. Oh wait, that acceleration's a bit fast. I always forget to turn off Steam. So frame 1.0, frame is already capped. So I need a render function now though. So def render self surface offset equals that. So surf.blit. I think all the particles should be centered. So surf.blit self.images self.frame. You just truncate it, because when it's 0.5 needs to be 0. Move my arm here, or the microphone arm. And then the position is going to be self.position 0 plus offset, or no, minus offset 0, isn't it? Self.position 1 minus offset 1 minus self.position 2. I also need to account for the image size, so minus self.images in self.frame. Actually, I'm gonna isolate this. So image.get minus image.get height. That'll center it. I think that's it. So I want to have particle presets. So do I have a config thing? Whatever. Particle config.json. I'm gonna call it this first one bounce 1. And it's gonna have like all of the attributes here, or most of them. Position will be defined when it's generated. So what do I need? I need type. Well, the type is, wait, just P. Actually, the type will be whatever I specify. This is more of a behavioral thing. Well, it's a particle group, so type. So I should call it player trail. Type is gonna be P. Color will be ooh, can I use alphas here? I'll use alpha. I'll implement my own alpha system here. So actually, yeah, let's do that. And then behavior type is gonna be bounce. So I need to implement the special color thing. Where's the color? So you gotta take the first 3 values, and then self.images for image in self.images image.set alpha particle data color 3. So now I need the rest of the configuration. So position will be inserted, motion should probably be inserted, yeah. Decay rate and frame do not have to be. I'm probably gonna want to offset it though. Well, frame. I want to start it on which image here? I feel like you really like that's pretty big. I think it has to be this one and the other one. So it's really got to be on. What would it be? That's gonna be 2 or 1.99. Decay rate. Decay rate is per second. 1, 2, 1.5. I want it to be a little bit longer than a second, maybe. So the rest is gonna have to be inserted. So, do I have? I need to load the data. So, import JSON. Particle presets equals JSON.load f. So f equals open data stats particle config.json read f.close. So def get preset, and then you need the ID, self ID, no preset ID. And you get usually have to give it a position and motion. So init data equals particle presets preset ID. Init data frame equals not frame, init data position equals position and then motion needs to be motion. Anything else in here? I think that's it. So now I can do def create particle. Or wait, I need a def modded preset. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Def create particle self particle data, is that what I need? And then self.particles.append particle data, and I think that's it. Now I need the update function, so def update self dt for p in self.particles alive equals alive equals p dot update dt. If not alive, I need the IDR thing. Hi. If not alive, self.particles.pop I, and then def render self surf offset equals 0, 4p in self.particles p.render surf offset. Okay. Now over here, gotta run the updates on it. So where should the particles appear? Oh, that's an issue. Ooh. Huh. So I need to add groups here. Same thing that I did with the VFX. So it's like based on layering. So particles front, particles back. So when you add a particle, you need to specify group. If group is front, and then elif group is back. So I need to do this for both front and back. And then rendering has to be split. So group. Actually, I should probably just hold on. Doing this a bit differently, cleaner. So particles. It's going to be dictionary by group. So if group not in self.particles self.particles group equals an empty list, and then self.particles group dot append. There we go. And group for group in part self.particles, and then I'm gonna add the group and the group again, and then group. So now I have to go over here. Self.particles.update self.window.dt. Oh, my back. So back rendering is going to be here. Self.particles.render back to self.window.screen. With self.window.scroll. And then front, I'm gonna put it behind the VFX actually. There we go. So now the real question is, does it work? Which I'm about to find out. I'm gonna read chat real quick. There's a lot of messages. You can't read it. I mean, I'm using a lot of object-oriented stuff here. Do I use PyPy? No. My understanding is that PyPy might actually make Pygame slower. Apparently there's some janky stuff going on with the interface, and it doesn't work well with Pygame. That's what I've heard from someone that's worked on Pygame. Like he's one of the developers, I think. I don't think he does all. Like, he's not like one of them. Is he one of the major ones? He might be. Like there's still like one main guy, and then there's a couple other people that sometimes work on it. I don't know what Rise of Kingdom is. What? Okay, I'm gonna look this up because someone's saying you can't do it. Okay, so I did a Google search and I'm getting Rise of Kingdoms. And yeah, you can make that, I think. Well, okay, well, I'm seeing some 3D stuff actually. Like you can do like a 2D version, but don't do 3D with Pygame. But pretty much any 2D game you can make with Pygame. Or actually, technically you can make it, but it's not gonna run well if you do 3D stuff. Can I make a 1 to 12-hour game showing the whole process, no cuts? I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me see. Gotta go to my playlists here. I'm pretty sure I did that. I think it's in some of my live streams. If I can find it. Aha. So these 4 are making a game, and it looks like 5, 6.5 hours ish. So 6.5 hours of making a game. I think this is line as I used the thumbnail for a different game though. Yeah. And then I have time lapses for a bunch of my older stuff. Why didn't I use open file as F? I don't know. I did it like I just do it the way I normally do it. I don't care. Does the book in the description cover everything? Wait, did I put that in the description? I don't remember what I put in the description. Is it the Inventing Games with Python one? Oh, I did. Does the book in the description cover everything? I think it covers like the basics of Python. It actually gets into Pygame as well a bit, but I actually didn't read that part, so I can't recommend it necessarily. It's probably fine, but I didn't use it. But the first part, like the majority of it, is on just learning Python, and it's pretty solid. It's good for beginners. It goes over the basics. The advanced stuff you don't have to learn right away. Like, there are things that I've learned in the last couple of months. Like the most recent thing, which I think I've learned in the last month or so, is the property decorator for classes. So I mean, you don't have to learn everything right off the bat. Is volume control required for games, or can you skip that? I mean, yeah, as Simply Code says, it's up to you. Some people will get annoyed. Like I haven't had anyone complain about it for my games, I don't think. How long have I been working on this project? I've streamed every bit of it, I think, or almost every bit of it. I think there's like a couple hours I did before streaming it. It was just the base, like generating the maps and stuff. But after that, I think every bit of this project has been streamed, so you can count up the hours on my live streams playlist. Yeah. Although, actually, I wouldn't go strictly off of that, because when I do these streams, I end up spending like maybe at least a third of my time answering questions. So, yeah, like I would maybe divide by, multiply by 2 over 3 or something, and that's probably about how much time I actually spent on it. And then add like 2 hours for the stuff I didn't stream. So it's like 15 hours or less. I don't even know. So yeah, I haven't been working on this thing long. Okay, is talking to each other. Do you go to university to learn coding? I am going to university and studying computer science, but just about everything I've learned that I actually use, I taught myself. And you're not going to get the best education you can get in computer science is pretty much teaching yourself, I would say. I mean, there are advanced things like concepts and subfields where it helps to be in a university. Like, for example, the one I'm going to is known for computer vision. So like they've got some experts there on that, and they can teach some stuff specific to that. But learning the basics and just making simple-ish projects, there's pretty much no better education than teaching yourself on that, because you need to learn how to teach yourself with computer science stuff. If you can't teach yourself stuff, you're going to be stuck as soon as you come out of college, and no one's going to want to hire you. I mean, some companies will hire you, but you're not going to be able to get very good jobs if you can't teach yourself. What languages do I know? Go to my website. I've got a list under the skills page. Multiplayer Pygame, yeah, it's possible. I've done it. I haven't released anything that's multiplayer, but yeah, it's not part of Pygame. You use the sockets library. So, I mean, it's just like multiplayer with just about anything. You can do it, but it's not necessarily native to whatever you're using. I don't know how the multiplayer stuff works in the engines, because some of them have their own scripting languages, like Godot, for example, that I don't know if they have their own libraries for that stuff. So yeah, I'm actually a bit curious on how that works with engines, because I haven't done that. But I mean, anything where you're writing code yourself in a widely used language, there's going to be libraries for networking, and you can add that. Well, you can use that to make multiplayer for any game. You're remaking Fortnite. I played like Fortnite once when I was when it first came out, I think. Very early on, I played it like once and then didn't really like it. Never played it again. But there is a game called Population 1, which is essentially Fortnite but VR, which I do really enjoy. Can you recommend something to learn? You can use the link in the description. I recommended a book. Wait, were you the one who's asking about that? I don't know. I think someone was asking about, I don't keep track of the names. But someone was asking about that. There's a link in the description to the thing I learned from, which is fine. You can just Google tutorials and you'll find a million. Try making strategy. I'm not particularly interested in that. Wait, I haven't made puzzle game. Like, technically I have, I think, but I don't think I've like, none of them are currently accessible from my itch. Hold on. Are they? I don't think I've got any puzzle games here. Yeah, I don't have any puzzle games that I've released on my itch page. I've only got, Mop is puzzle, kind of. It's like exploration puzzle. But, yeah, I like action games, and that's, I don't really have any interest in making other stuff right now. Okay, Anyways, back to what I was doing. So I need to add some particles. I don't remember the functions. I just wrote this like 30 minutes ago now because I just spent so long answering questions. Create particle, wait. So I need get preset and then create particle. So I'm gonna copy this. Oh, I need to return the data. So under player, I need to find the part where it terms of it's moving. So right here, so it's moving. If random.random one in what can do if not? Bit of magic. Do I have random? Nope. Import random. self.game.particles.get preset, and the preset's going to be player trail. Position will be self dot, is it that? I don't remember if it's fully typed out or not. Yeah, okay. 0 plus self, no, not plus, self dot position 1 plus, oh, I need like the 3 dimensions thing, plus, self dot, is it size 1, and then 0. Motion will be 0, 0, 3. Wait, did I make a mistake over here? I think I did. Huh. I need to see a minus. So it's actually max of -400. Wait, no, is it? Yeah, that's right. Okay, player, alright, it needs to be like 400 or something. Or 300, I don't know. Is that it? And then self.game.particles.create particle, no, not preset, particle, and then group, so this is going to be back, and then preset, or init that equals that, init that. Now, time to see if this stuff works. Nope. What? Oh, oops, it's camera. Key error back. Oopsies. Wait. So, render if group in self.particles. Images. Oh, forgot about that part. Need to give it the images. Create preset init data images equals self dot particle resources type. Wait, no, init data type. Behavior functions is not defined. What? Oh, I'm gonna just do. Good old self. Nope. Movement is not defined. Self. Oh, it's like active movement. I forgot about that. Dot active movement. Oh, I can see them flying up. Look at that. It's going up. What the? Oh, the color key is not being applied. Is it not? Is this not pure black? It is. Wait, did I just forget? Wait. There's a color key. Is there a get color key function? I think there is. Oh, swap color doesn't. Oops. For image in the self dot images, image dot set color key. I can do it down here. Image dot set color key. There we go. There they are. So now I just have to get them to fall. I'm not sure why they're not falling. Gonna see if this is working. Print boot. So that's getting called. Print self.motion. So it's getting reduced, just not enough. So under player, you go back here, reduce that number to like 100 or something. And then I could take out that, probably. Huh, just a weird looking trail. But yeah, I can see it slowing down. It's just not enough. Where is that? It's behavior. So 250? It's got 350. I think the initial, well, first of all, I want there to be a bit more variance there. Player. So random.random 80 to 100 and 10 should be fine. There we go, that's what I was looking for. I do want it to be a bit bigger sometimes though, so, and I want the alpha to be higher, so that's gonna be over here. 180, and then it needs to start higher, so 299. It doesn't need to hang around that long either. Decay rate could be 4. It doesn't, I don't need that many. 140. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I need the side to make sense though. Actually, I could just throw it in the middle. So plus self.size 0 divided by 2. I would. What? I guess that's technically right. So I'm gonna have to offset it though. Offset equals 4, so I can knock it to the right by 2 pixels or 3 pixels. If motion 0 is so going right, offset equals -6, and then just do plus offset here, and yeah, it's the 2 sides. Huh. Wait, hold on. That's a bit tricky. Wait. I could delay them. Aha. That's probably what I'll do. So using an offset, that'll make them appear where they should be, probably. So I'm going to have a position log for the player. Self dot position log equals that. And then on update, where's the move? Self dot position log equals self dot position log. I want the last. Ooh, it's on a frame basis. That's tricky. Wait. Oh, I can. If self dot position log -1 0. Do I have a game timer? I really need one. Self dot timer equals 0. Self dot game self dot timer plus equals self dot window dot dt. Self dot position dot copy. Oh wait, no. It needs a time. Self dot game dot timer. This is so I can keep track of the delay. So if the timer minus self.game.timer, I guess I need to swap these. It's more than 6. Wait, no, more than 0.05, so 1/20th of a frame. I can log another one. Maybe. Wait. I could go by 60. That would be 1 divided by 60. Self dot position log dot append self dot game dot timer self.position.copy. And then if len self.position log is actually no, while it's more than, how long do I need? Maybe a second. Self.position log 0 dot pop 0. You want to pop from the front, remove the old values. So now I can go from a previous position when I spawn these. So I can go position equals self.position log negative, let's go back the equivalent of 3 frames. Yeah, 3 frames. And then it's gonna be the second value. So now I just do, I'm gonna take out the self. Crash. No object timer. What? It's right here. Game object has no. Excuse me. It's right here. Oh, it's because of initialization. So it needs to be there. See, look, now it's on the proper position. I don't want to. It's lasting a little bit too long again, so 2.5, increase the decay rate. Can I put this on 9 to increase how that looks? Okay, so I want to add some particles for when I hit the slime. So I just gotta do particle config. Slime hit. I'm gonna read chat again. There's a lot of messages. Pygame is not just for beginners, it's used for a lot of stuff. It's actually, after JavaScript, it's the most widely used language, I think. Yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. It's easy to get into for beginners, but saying it's just for beginners is incorrect. A lot of languages have variants for other spoken languages, if you know what I mean. Like programming languages have variants for spoken languages, I think. And then there are some that are made just for specific languages. But my understanding is most of the time they do just use English. I do not have frame rate issues. Like, I mean, I have to optimize, and I just got into the habit of doing that. I mean, if you don't optimize at all, yeah, you're gonna have frame rate issues. but it's not a huge deal to optimize things. And as long as you do, you should be fine. With Pygame, the main concerns are rendering a lot of high resolution surfaces. That's the thing that'll bog you down, and that's what you gotta be careful about. Well, that's the main one. I mean, once you've dealt with optimization, that's the main thing I have to worry about typically. And since my games are low resolution, it's not really an issue at all. So I don't really think about performance too much. I don't know if you're talking to me about the playlist link. If you're talking to me for like the live stream playlist, there's it's just under my playlists tab on my channel. It's also on the home page for my channel. You like Linus? Thanks. The chat thing, the pop-out chat, I don't know if it does it for the normal chat. I would assume it's the same. The YouTube chat, when there's new messages you haven't read yet, and like you scrolled up and you scroll down, once you hit the messages you haven't read yet, it jumps all the way to the bottom. So that's why my thing keeps teleporting me to lose track of everything. It's giving me issues. I wish it didn't do that. Growtopia? If I remember correctly, this is what I think, yeah. I think I know some people that were kind of friends with the developer of that. Which is kind of funny. What was it? I think people were telling me that I reminded them of him or something. Where was I? Okay, is it possible to create professional webs games by simply learning Python? I mean, creating websites and games, you use libraries on top of Python. So like with pretty much any language, you extend the functionality. Like the language itself is normally just a set of syntax for ways you can communicate with the computer. And then on top of that, there's normally a bunch of libraries that have added functionality, and you use those to do different things. So like, for example, I'm using Pygame to make games right now. When I make websites, I use Flask, and I use the MongoDB library to interface with MongoDB. Yeah. Okay, you wanna make StarCraft? You can absolutely do that. I mean, there's actually other, well, I can't think of real-time strategy games off the top of my head, but there are strategy games that have been made with Pygame. I think there's one that's fairly popular that's made with Pygame. But you can make a real-time strategy game with Pygame and then network it with sockets. It might be actually quicker than using an engine, depending on your scope. And if you know what you're doing. And actually, when you got a lot of gameplay logic you want to do, which is the case for strategy games, that's the part where, well, that's the type of thing where I think Python is actually the best. And you'll get the most use out of using Python for game development when you're working on some type of strategy game. But a real-time strategy game is not an easy thing to start with if you're new. So you're gonna want to experience first. Challenge pick an online multiplayer game. I do intend to at some point. I've messed around with some stuff in the past. And actually, if you scroll through my Twitter for like 3 years, you'll find, as in like 3 years back, you'll find some stuff I was working on that was multiplayer. Okay, so type P color, it's gonna be red, and then 180 behavior type, I'm gonna just call it none. Frame 4.5. Decay rate needs to be very fast, so like 15. So I need a none equals self dot be none def be none self mode dt pass. Just doesn't do anything. So now over on the slime, when it gets hit, ooh, wait, enemies damage, this is what I need to trigger off of last hit. So that's actually under AI. So it's right here. Is it, wait, what information do I have? Amount, angle, and force. Do I not know where it was hit? How do the arrows... Wait, oh. So I need to modify that. Oopsies, it needs to have position. Oh, if I got position, I can do hitbox space damage, where you shoot a certain spot does more damage. Position equals none. I'm gonna stick that on the end though, because I don't know if I used the keyword arguments or did I ordered. So damage, that's gonna be under arrows, I think, is where I used it the one time. Damage. So I'm gonna swap this over with, well, I'm gonna put it right here actually, yeah. And then go over here, and I have to give it the position of the collision, which is literally just this. Or we'll take that, and then it's just a difference. So self.stuck2.copy. Now over here, wait, no, it's AI. I now have access to the position of the hit relative to the entity. So I think I can take my particle code, go over to here, boop, and it needs to be slime hit. Was that what I called it? So I'm hit. And it needs to be self.position 0 plus self.parent.last hit 1. And then oh wait, no, it's like 1 0 and 1 1. And then that's motion. So, you know, I could make that stuff bounce. I'll do a mix. It's like the initial hit is not gonna bounce. So for I in range 15, like 15 particles. And it's just gonna be random directions. So random.randint 0 to 20, no, 0 to 100, no, 400 minus 200. These particles need 600 minus 300. They need to be fast. Actually, wait, no. X angle equals random.randint 0 to 359, and then I can do math.cosine of angle by no, math.cosine angle by 300, math.sine angle by 300, and I need this in radians, so math.radians. Oh, force equals random.randint 200 to 400 multiply by force. Create the particle, and is that it? Maybe, who knows? Crash. Yes. No attribute position, right? It needs parent position. Self dot parent dot position. Does this have access to? Okay, it has game. Float is not subscriptable. Last hit 1 is yeah, I think it's going off of last hit 1. What is that? What's it getting? It's crashing. Print self.parent.last hit. I can't fit through that hole anymore. It's messing me up. What is that? Wait. I don't see the position in there. Didn't I? It says damage. Stuck2.copy. Wait a second. Oh, it needs to be stuck2 0.copy. That was a mistake. And then wait. Yeah, I need to add the position in here. Position. Oops. Tuple has no attribute copy. Well, okay. Do a good old list. Actually, it doesn't need it to begin with. I can just do this. Give me slimes. Oh my, dead end. I'm so slow. And I have to go the long way around. Crash. What must be a real number? Math.cosine? Oh, oops. Gotta change the ordering here. So it knows the position supposed to be there, so position. So well, it needs the angle and force there, so position needs to become 3. Wait. Yeah. There we go. We got something. Okay, wait. I'm gonna rename this thing to use default, which is gonna slow down the particle a bit. Actually, no. Never mind. It just needs to disappear faster. 40, maybe? Is this like spawning the... Okay, I need the thing to be slower, so I can see what's going on. AI force equals 1. So it's just kind of looking funny because it gets knocked back, but it is the correct position. So yeah, 40. How's this looking? Boop, boop, boop. Actually, I think it should be in respect to the angle of the hit. So math.radian, wait, random.random 0 to, let's do a 120 degree thing on here. And then take self.parent.last hit 1. I don't know if I might have to flip that on its head. Hold on, last hit one. It was set in degrees or radians? I would assume radians. It's the angle. What angle is that? Rotation of the arrow. I mean, that's fair. So I gotta flip that around. So plus 180. Boop. 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 Wait, are they all the same duration? That's kind of messing with me. You don't want that. What I can do is Init data, well, frame minus equals random dot random. At 0 to 1. Wait, did I? Maybe that, I'm pretty sure that's 0 to 1. Might need to knock this down now. I'm so slow. Oop. Oop. I dodged it. Where am I? What? Maybe it doesn't. Random. 0 to 50 divided by 100. Let's do that. Boop. 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 What? Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. It didn't make a copy. Oops. Can you copy a dict? I always forget this. I don't know why. Oh yeah, you can just copy it. So, that's an issue under particles.py. Copy. So modifying the presets for everything else, which is yeah. So this number can be 0 to 100, and then I can go over here, knock this back up to 40 again. Wait a second. I think it needs to be a bit more drastic than that. 200. Hold on, these things are lasting too long for me to tell. Actually, wait, here's what I'll do. Init at decay rate times equals random dot random 0 70 to 100 divided by 100. Wait, I'm gonna reduce it more. I'm not really noticing a difference yet. It's hard to tell if something's bugged or what. Actually, I can do is some need to be faster and some need to be slower. So like 60 to 140 or something. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. It's a not. I think this it's not going fast enough. Make it a little bit faster. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Can I like advance the position a bit? Do it. I'm gonna add an advanced thing here. Def advance position angle amount. So position 0 plus equals math dot cosine of the angle by amount, and then do 1, and then sine. Does this thing have math? Yeah. So I can advance the position. So position equals self dot parent dot position dot copy, and advance it at the angle plus math. Wait, no, I'm just gonna take this angle By 6 pixels, 5 pixels. Crashed. None? Oh, you just player return position. Slimes are in like 2 out of 3 of the rooms. So the goal here is to just put the, I want to put the stuff coming out like a little bit inside of it so that I could doesn't look so detached. Let's do 2 more. Oh, 4 more. Wait. Just gonna ensure that it's working properly by going for 30. Boop, boop. Yeah, it's working. So I'm gonna want like 12, I think. And then I want to add a different set of particles. I want do slime hit bounce. Slime hit bounce. Same color, except the behavior is bounce. Decay rate needs to be higher. Or no, actually, I'll do. It needs to be lower than the normal player stuff. And can start on 3.5. So I'm not gonna take this stuff. Actually, no, I gotta do it again. So for I in range 5. Literally the exact same stuff except bounce. And then also, instead of this is gonna be 150. Wait, where's my logic on the particles? I think I only normalize one axis. I need to normalize both. All slime. Why is it gray? Oh. Oh, my back. So yeah, that needs to be 0, 0, 180. Too much force on that. So let's do 50 to 100. And then the gravity was not strong enough to take care of that, so I'm gonna put that on 50. What? What is the player's gravity on the particles? Oh, I used a random number. Use the same random number here and hope it works out. Force is possibly a little bit too high still. I like that. I'd like the other particles to last a little bit longer, so reduce the decay rate to 42-ish. I'm liking those particles. So I do need it to explode when it dies. So that's extremely important to me. I'm gonna take this. Enemies. I'm gonna hijack that die. Def die self. Super dot die. And then for iron range 25, I'm gonna do 25 of these. Angle doesn't matter. Oh, angle is just gonna be a random number, so math.radians random.random 0 to 359. Force can be a bit stronger than the other one. Don't need that. So it's just self dot position. Doesn't have offset, so it's just self dot position 1, and then I'm gonna spawn this one in the air actually. But like, actually it's unnecessary. Plus random.random 0 to self.size 0 divided by 2. And then do the same thing for y. Wait, no, it's actually minus itself divided by 2. So minus self.size 1 minus self.size 0 to center it. What's it mad about? What? Something wasn't closed or something like that. Curious what it was. That one closes with that one. Is it just a bug in the... What? Not sure what happened there. Decay rate on this one needs to be significantly lower. So 30 to 60. Boop, boop, boop. Math is not defined. Okay. What's going on there? I need to normalize the position harder. Or actually, I need to make the spread not as much. So this needs to be like 5 to 10 or 5 to 15 or something like that. It's going way too far. Boop. There we go, that's what I want. I could have a little bit more spread than that. So 15 to 35. Actually, it could be 0 to 35. There's no reason why it can't be 0. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what I want. I need to add particle physics later, so like the particles can bounce off of walls and stuff. That one's vibrating there, that's not a huge deal though. Pretty happy with these visual effects so far. Give me some more slimes to shoot. Hello. Boop. And boop. 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 Yep, that's that. So, slimes have nice visual effects now. I think they need to have like some effect, like particle effect when they jump. Boop. Oh, wait, I thought that was a right click arrow. I thought it, whatever. Anyways, it's dead now. I'm gonna read chat real quick and then I'll probably go to bed. It's like 2 a.m. I do not have an Instagram. And I'm not interested in having one either. You getting an error from Kite in autocomplete Python? I don't know. I didn't have any issues when I set it up. That's weird. Cause I've got a fairly default-ish setup with Atom. I've got some default packages. I disabled a lot of stuff, but it's fairly standard. So if you got like a fresh install with just the basic packages, it should work fine. You could probably, Kite might have some sort of support you could contact. How did I begin with Pygame and programming? I mean, I just started with Python. It's actually a funny story. When I started programming, I was young and bored and I wanted something to do, so I wanted to learn to program. And the only programming language I knew of at the time, like the only one I knew the name of, was Python. So I chose that. So I chose Python just completely as a coincidence. And the reason I knew about it was because my brother had mentioned that you could mod Civilization with Python or something like that. In I don't know why he told me that, but because like he told me that when I was like 11 or 10, and that was just the only programming language name I knew, and that's just what I learned. And I was fortunate in that because after I learned Python, I did try to learn some other stuff like C early on, but I didn't get it at that age. So if I had tried to start on C or something, I probably would have dropped it. So I was fortunate I started on Python because that got me ahead by probably a couple of years, I would think. I used to think that I probably wouldn't have gotten into it if it weren't for like that coincidence that I chose Python at that time. But now I'm thinking just because of the fact that I would have had to choose a career at some point, I probably would have chosen to get into computer science. But I might have not started learning to program until college if it weren't for the fact that I had chosen Python right off the bat. So yeah, there's a bit of a funny story there. But yeah, I got started with Pygame because... Wait, I think my brother also mentioned Pygame. He didn't even... didn't even know Python at the time. I seem to remember him... Like, I was learning the basics of Python. I didn't think I was smart enough to make games. But after I learned the basics, I was a bit curious about it, and I think while I was learning the basics, my brother had mentioned that, well, I think he had mentioned Pygame, which is the weirdest thing. I don't know how he would have known about it. And yeah, so I googled Pygame, and I think I just found some examples online and then started learning by messing around with stuff, which I don't recommend doing. And the funny thing is the book I was reading from did mention Pygame, I think. Like, oh yeah, the book I was reading from did have sections for Pygame. I didn't use it though. I read other people's code and then eventually the documentation. It was a weird thing. How do you add fallback? Knockback, not fallback. You just modify the velocity of the entity. Although I have it separated from the movement velocity, because if you don't, it's going to get mushed together and your logic might get messed up. So I have two sets of velocity that are handled independently, but are both applied to the motion. But yeah, you just modify the velocity and then you normalize it over time, and you'll get some knockback. I mean, it's the same concept as like when you jump in a platformer. It's sort of like you modify the velocity once, so you set it to like a negative value, your character starts going up, and then you have the gravity pull down on that. How to keep code organized? I don't know. What do you think about C++ for game dev? I haven't tried it. It's good if you want things that are fast, but it's gonna take a while to make stuff. Which is why, like, I know someone who's making an engine with C++ and I think OpenGL. But he's been working at it for a very long time and his progress is a bit slow, but you get a lot of performance out of using C++ and OpenGL. Now if you do like C++ on SDL, you are going to have performance issues in the same way you have performance issues with Pygame, because it's both using CPU rendering. But using C++, you can do some operations faster than Python. I think there's also just like interfacing stuff with like SDL that's faster. But I wouldn't. If you're using C++, you should be using OpenGL, I think, and get the full optimized experience. I don't think it's worth using SDL if you're using C++. Yeah, people keep talking about Tech with Tim here. I don't know why. I think he's just a really popular Pygame channel. Well, does he do focus on Pygame or does he do everything? I don't even know. I see him mentioned all over the place. Wait, how many subscribers does he have? Oh, 531. Nice. That's like 30 times bigger than mine? I don't know. Something like that. How do you make auto-generated maps? Okay, so Dev Future, and he's talking about, I think, the layout of this whole thing. So that's not something I cover in my tutorial series. I do like Pro and Noise world generation for just kind of like hills and stuff, but for this type of generation, the closest thing that I've released in terms of source code is Spike Dungeon. So if you look at my game Spike Dungeon, you can see essentially how I did it. It's a bunch of areas connected together. You can also read about how Spelunky does it. It's pretty much the same thing. My brother found out about it after time traveling. Who knows? Funny enough, he did eventually learn Python because he had to teach it to people. Like, he was teaching, and he ended up having to teach Python. So he had to learn Python to teach that class. So yeah. Also, I think for one of his classes, like a class he was taking, not teaching, he had to use Pygame. I think I don't know, he recommended my tutorials to his classmates, which was funny. SDL supports GPU acceleration? Oh, is it just not built into the implementation for Python? Like, is it... I'm guessing it's different functionality you have to use. So it's different from just the .blit. Because I know SDL2 has hardware acceleration. And there's functionality for Python, well, for Pygame's in development right now, and you can test it out, but there's no documentation. I forgot what the number was, but it was crazy. It was getting like tens of thousands of sprites on Serene at 60 FPS. What was it, like 60,000 or something? I don't know. Check with Tim insults Pygame. Application on a Play Store is like Google Play Store. Is that the thing for Android? You can make apps for Android with Pygame. I don't know how. You're gonna have to ask around. The only guy I can point you to is Blubbercork. You could probably find, it's like the Pygame community Discord server. I don't even know how you can find that link to that Discord server. You can search the name though. It's like Blubbercork or something. Or you can find it in the commits for the Pygame Git repository, I think. Well, GitHub repository. You can probably find his name, and then you can Google it and find him or something. I don't know. Alternatively, you can just Google how to make apps, like Android apps out of Pygame stuff. Yeah, I don't know what goes into it. Kivy is a library for Python, so you can make apps with Kivy. Kivy's specifically for that kind of. Yeah. I think Kivy's more set up for kind of user interface type stuff than games. You can probably do both. But it's designed more for user interface stuff. The functionality is probably similar to Pygame, which is more user interface. Who knows? But yeah. So it is 2 a.m. for me. So I'm gonna end the stream and go to bed. See ya.